Hi, Jefferson Avenue friends. Today I am outdoors enjoying this beautiful sunshine. Not just because it's a beautiful day, but I want to talk to you about shadows. Have you ever thought about making shadows into art? Or having shadows help you make art? We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Of course, I came out and the sun just went under a cloud a little bit, but I think it's still going to work for me. So today we're going to think a little bit about shadows. Now, artists have used shadows in different ways. They use it in their still life to make things look more real. They use shadows to help create depth, to create space. And sometimes artists have used shadows themselves to create the art, like Indonesian shadow puppets. Let me show you what I mean. This is a picture of an Indonesian shadow puppet. You can see the intricate cuttings and how this shape creates a silhouette or a shadow. And with the sticks, the puppeteer can make the puppet move and dance and do whatever it wants it to do. But this is all done by playing with light to create a shadow. Now, I'm sure you all have made shadow puppets in this way before. I bet that you have used your hands to create shadow puppets and cast the shadow on the wall or on the floor to create different sort of shapes that look like things, that look like animals, or look like, ooh, look at this guy, he's a man with a hat. So today we're going to make some art using shadows. Now hopefully the sun will come back out from under the cloud. Who knew? It's been sunny all day. Come out, get myself all set up. Like 2 minutes later, sun goes under the cloud. Oh well, hang on. We'll get there. So while I'm waiting for the sun, ooh, it's starting to come back from under the cloud. Oh, here it comes. Look at the shadows start to appear. I've pulled out some different things that I thought would make some interesting shadows. So I have all sorts of different things, and I have a piece of paper laid out on my driveway. Now you could do this on a piece of paper, or you could do this straight on the driveway. I'll show you both ways. So let me get started. So I'm gonna have to work kind of quickly while the sun is out. Ever heard the expression, make hay while the sun's shining? Well, that's we need to make art while the sun is shining if we're going to use shadows. So I have this little cow here. This cow is kind of a baby toy, but I love cows. So I pulled out the cow here, and I can see the shadow that the cow casts onto my paper. I have a hand armature that I'm going to try. So I'm going to do some arranging of my pieces on my paper. I have Sabertooth over here. We'll see what kind of shadow he casts. I have a flower pot over here, and I have another cow, that one right there. You know what? I think I'm just going to use one cow, and I'm just going to kind of think about how I want this to go. I'm going to look at how the shadow appears on the paper, and that's what I'm going to be tracing. So I'm going to move and turn things so that it creates an interesting shadow. I really like the way that shadow is casting on the paper there from the hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take either a pencil, or I have a graphite stick here that I'm going to use to trace the shadow that I see. You may have done something like this before with your head, created a silhouette of your profile, which just means the side view of your head. So I'm going to bring this all the way around like that. So I've created the shadow shape of the hand like that. Now I'm going to turn Sabertooth. Oh, I like him like that. So I'm going to move him. Oh, cloud's going to come over again. So I'm gonna have to work kind of quickly. I'm gonna trace my shadow and how Sabretooth appears here. I want to make sure I get that space in between. Remember, there's space where there isn't anything. That's called negative space. So now I'm going to go ahead and just finish out the base right there. Maybe I'll take it all the way around like that. And then I can pick him up and I have my shadow shape of Sabretooth. Let's see. Quickly, before my sunshine goes away, I'm going to trace my flower pot and my flowers and the stem. I have my flowers like this. And I want to make sure I get that negative space. Oh, here comes the cloud again. It's getting hard to see. I'll go over here. All right, I'm going to let that finish up. And when I get the sun back out, I will finish tracing that. So the sun came back out and I finished tracing all of my objects that I had on the paper. You can see there's the hand, there's Sabretooth, there's the toy cow, and my flower pot. So I could go back in there and add color, but I also want to show you how you can add some shapes to your sidewalk art by using some shadows. Little pot holder, actually that's what the little flower pot came from. And then I have another little doggy sculpture that I'm going to show you how I'm going to trace those shadows right on my sidewalk with some sidewalk chalk. So here I have two doggies that I'm going to do the same thing, but now I'm going to use chalk right on the driveway to create some shapes right from the shadows onto the driveway. So I have some driveway chalk here, and I can use that to actually trace what I see. So I see the legs of the dog. I see the little dress of the dog here. I see the arms. It almost looks like the dog has a bow tie. I see that shape in the shadow. I have to be careful where my arm is so that I don't block the whole shadow as I draw. The nose, eyes, and when I move the dog out of the way, I have my shadow art that I created, and I can add detail like buttons on the dress. Maybe I might want to make these into ballet slippers for my dog. I could add color. Maybe it's a purple dress like this. That's one way you can do it. Let me try this one. Maybe I'll turn him into a yellow cat. Try to get over here so I can see. And that's how you can make shadows into art. Give it a try.